Hello and welcome back, my friends. It's Hambbage, and we've got hardcore vanilla Minecraft time coming at you. I hope you make yourselves comfortable, sit back, kick your feet up, kind of sprawl out or sit up straight, depending on whether you're playing your own game or just lounging on the couch. Happy 10th of June. Should be a Thursday by this point, and yeah, I'm still doing the future recording thing. This is kind of the insulation. Get me a little time to get home and get settled before I have to immediately jump on. Although I may be maybe in full on twitching mode here by the time I've gone this many days without touching this world. So we'll see how it all plays out. But I want to thank you guys for all the views, likes, comments. I'm assuming there will be some of all those by the time I get back. I really hope you've enjoyed the continued content. I know I've enjoyed kind of creating it in a concentrated window. So we'll see how y'all like it, or how y'all like it. How we do when we come back. I think in the end of the last, we do have some glass. Maybe we just gotten low. Got some polished blackstone, a little bit more. Let's see if we can rough this out. It's not ideal construction technique when you don't leave yourself a way out, but ooh. Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Alright, let's go here. Maybe this way. That'll actually work better for our construction purposes. So how's everybody doing on this, what I believe will be a Thursday morning? Everybody doing good? Feeling good? I hope so. Oh, wow. I feel I can almost cough coming on. Let's see if it materializes. Alright, so we've got a couple courses of our exterior station glass up here. Sometimes that physics is so corny. So we talked about doing another inset edge, right? Ooh, I wasn't particular. There we go. That wasn't particularly good. All right. Because we want to get to the point where we're putting that ring of dark blackstone we talked about on, and this is what I'm trying to see here, on this level. So 2 more vertical up to start. No. Leave that for now. because I still want to be able to cruise around out here. Don't really want to fall now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, there. Okay. Another course complete, and then this would be our last. Oh. Well, I guess do it like this. We should be getting low on glass here too, I would think. And then I think when we next come back, we'll certainly want a bit more, like maybe some scaffolding, just to make some of this stuff easier to transition. Alright. This is it. And I think I want to just use those up there. Now, calculations are correct, then this is our internal row. Let's do one there, one of those there. So we can do the old set up here. Okay, now we've still got a whole corner and side out this way to figure out, but I think this gives us a nice outline. And then over the interior duration, we'll make a shallow dome. I may skew this out one. So I'm thinking, do I just want the interior? Do I want it to be a little more massive? Actually, I don't mind this row so much. It's this one. Here, I can do this much more easily. Well, maybe not much more easily, but... So let's go here, and that'll give us a 5 wide soft dome. Soft as in flat dome, I guess. So now this is pretty darn tall. But that's kind of, we kind of wanted this impressive structure. It's a little out of place, admittedly, in the build. Having... Oh, no. Did I really just do that? What's our good way back in here? Down here? Being that most stations are kind of designed to be squat, right? You need a lot of horizontal real estate to accommodate trains and tracks and all that kind of stuff. But this doesn't really need that. This is just a step over, and yeah, we could do the just bridge it over, make it look like a warehouse kind of deal, but I don't know that we really want to do that. We only have the single track. It's not like there's a lot of sidings or anything. This isn't actual trains. There aren't platforms as such, but we'll kind of have this just narrow stop, and then a big vaulting look skyward expansion of the observation tunnel that we've had. So it'll be good. I'm liking it. Got a lot more work to do, and maybe that's something to do here. Let's pull that back, put those in. This was our staircase going up. This is just temporary construction stuff. Really just trying to give us some access around the scaffolding and stuff. Maybe more helpful long term, but. Alright, so let's count everything. We want to begin 4 blocks beyond the outer edge, and we haven't even done that yet. So 5 total blocks at the base. 1, 2... That's our line here, just marker torch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is our outer wall on 5, so I think we're good. Maybe we use netherrack for just the anti-lava slime defense here, like this guy is going to illustrate the need for. Just to keep it a little bit less of this. Not that we mind the lava slimes too much, but... And we have a pretty good idea that we're going to just open up on lava when we get to our far side, which is a big help, actually. How are we doing over here? Ooh. Come on. Plenty lava. Look for the holes. Good news is most of these are only a single block deep, so once you got it, I hope that doesn't burn a whole lot of stuff I was using or had. Now does this go all the way up to that ceiling level? I wonder. Alright, so I think we can just clean cut off this edge and we'll be alright. And we'll just leave this flat at this ceiling. So this is just, just as we were doing along the outsides of the rail line there. We're just going to clear this height of basalt above the ceiling so that we have a nice, why put a big glass domed ceiling in the midst of a rock wall. So we want to open that up, get some light in. Well, maybe light's a strong word in the nether. Let some ash fall on it. We can hire a zombie pigman. Get out there with a broom every day and clean it off. So yeah, just some cathartic cleaning here, but I figured before we go back, we've got all our shulkers, right? This we've used one pick pretty well, but let's go ahead and do the clearing, and then we can come back and do our building. If you can't tell, I'm a little concerned that I go away and come back and kind of forget what our building was. Sometimes that's all right. Sometimes you come up with a better idea for having done that, but it sounds like somebody must be like throwing out some furniture, construction supplies or something. It's the garbage, but not our typical friendly garbage men that like to entertain us day to day. Alright, we're getting back to this tower. See if we can knock it down as well. Yeah, that's one of the deals when you live in, like a complex of apartments or condos or anything like that. When you have people in and out, um, you get a lot of move-ins, move-outs, and people would just abandon stuff. But then the other deal is you get a lot of people that just do drive-by dumping of stuff. And I mean, it is a deal to me a little bit. I mean, I have to pay for that, right? We pay garbage hauling based on how much garbage there is. So, and that's why people do it, right? They don't want to pay to have, either paint or something that typically shouldn't, is deemed hazardous and shouldn't be just thrown out in their own curbside trash, or something they would otherwise have to have hauled away. They will just go find someplace to get rid of it. And, it's kind of harmless, right? It's like, well, there's bigger problems in the world, but it's also like, okay, there's a cost for everything. We're paying that cost for you. So now I don't know what exactly I want to do. I'm thinking like a curve in on some of this stuff. I mean, our edge really starts like back there. Funny, I was thinking at some point, oh, there's something I really wanted to, it would be kind of fun to share with you guys. Totally forgot what it was. Sorry. Ooh, careful. Don't knock out the block you're standing on. Typically bad habit. Not recommended. Alright, well this is, getting us down a bit. Is this our edge again? Yeah. Alright, that went smoother than I thought. Not sure how that will... We may have to do some trimming or whatever. That's what scaffolding is really good for. Kind of thought this would be a more significant challenge. Honestly, took down that one spire, and it's kind of like we're almost through it. Doing 2 layers at a time when we can't, now that we're kind of getting everything on the same course here. You have this nice definition. It's pretty easy. You don't have to think about, alright, what am I trimming, what am I not? Just trim it all. Okay. Ooh. Go. Always be careful to have a spot to land on before you break the block you're standing on. These are advanced Minecraft techniques I'm sharing with y'all. Hope you enjoy. tell you all about. Sometimes I like to talk about this kind of stuff. Other times it's kind of hit or miss. But last evening, I said it was very rainy over the Memorial Day weekend. Today is Wednesday, so I'm a bit out from that. But yesterday I'd been running a bunch of errands and stuff, and it had been so wet, kind of a washout a holiday weekend. But yesterday was bright and sunny with mixed in clouds, and then slowly the kind of afternoon chance of thunderstorms and manifesting. And out here, usually you can just look in the distance and see storm clouds billowing up or whatever, and that was the case yesterday. So I'd kind of gotten a bunch of stuff done out and about, and had come back and was actually out walking when it started to spit a little bit. So it wasn't like a threatening thunderstorm or anything, or an exact downpour, and I just kind of I don't mind getting wet when I'm out, but it's not the most pleasant. So I kind of turned for home and called it good, if you will. And then it got rainier. It was damp. So I just kind of settled in for the afternoon. Well, then, as soon as I was like, all right, well, I'm back, the sun started popping out, and I'd actually started up. Whenever you go on vacation, it's kind of a game you play, just as compelling as a lot of video games can play, but you gotta kind of time out the buying of food and then the using of all your food, so you don't have a ton of waste when you leave, because you can't even refrigerator and stuff. A lot of that stuff will go bad, and I think I've done a pretty good job, kind of calculating out what I'm going to need for the next couple days. I think I've done pretty well. I'm selectively using up stuff that I know will go bad, or not using stuff that I think, that would make a good car snack, where I can do that and not have to stop, because that's one of the things I really try to avoid when I go on road trips, stuff like this, is don't get to the point where you're just hitting up the gas station for snacks and stuff. It's like, yeah, you want to make the stops, when you go inside, you want to walk around and just kind of stretch your legs, or better yet, if it's a nice day, walk around outside, get gas, but then if you've stopped at a little park or something, or stopped in an area, go find a little park. I often will try to, if you're going on the interstate, and time is a factor here. You can't pretend that it's just completely not a deal, but you want to make sure that your stuff gets that your trip gets completed in a timely manner. But if you can, it's nice. A lot of times there will be the interstate gas stations and all that, but 2 minutes down the road is the actual town, whatever it is, where the people live who work in that gas stations, etc. Right, and they don't want to live right on the interstate. There's lots of space in rural country that you're driving through, so very often the actual town center will be a bit removed, and it's kind of fun to go see those small towns, just for a loop through, and like I like to do. Getting that opportunity, if you're going to get out of the car and stop for a little bit, go for a little quick walk. If the weather and all is nice, a lot of those towns have parks and things that, if you live in the city, they very much are formulaic. I'm sure small town parks are as well, right? If you're used to that kind of stuff, they're just Okay, yeah, that's another one. I'd love to go see your fancy city park kind of stuff. I'm tongue in cheek here a little bit, but um, it's it's just nice, like the old main streets and stuff like that. If you can just get in it, kind of, hey, oh yeah, I'm just passing through, but taking a little bit of time. Some places, like anywhere else, right? But some people will be genuinely pleasantly surprised. Hey, strange face walking through. Especially, if you're a YouTuber or whatever, and you're just wearing fashions that are a little out of sync with the local community there, that you may raise an eyebrow or something. So, pretty cool. But maybe strike up a conversation. Maybe just walk briskly and just see the sights. And maybe if you do need something more substantial than just a snack, go find if there's a local mom and pop kind of eatery, as opposed to just the the fast food chains that are out there. They'll usually be pretty quick. Say, hey, I'm in the middle of a drive. I wouldn't be rude about it, but hey, just looking to get something good. Don't want the same old road stuff, and if you ask for a recommendation on what the proprietors would recommend for you, they'll probably set you up right. The horror stories and all that are far less likely than people really being like, yeah, hey, glad you made the effort to stop, and they appreciate the business. It was kind of interesting. One of my errands was to get this pair of pants. I don't know if I said this on whatever the recording was, yesterday evenings. But yeah, I had to go get this stupid pair of pants, right? I don't even think I need that. We can climb up to get that. Oh! Hi. Now, where did he go? Oh, just a little heat. Oh. Looked much bigger and scarier. So what I was trying to do, I think, was to finish out where this glass was going to be. And I think we'll give it just a little breathing room. Something a bit like that. Again, we can scaffold as we're doing finishing work in here. And of course, where we used to have just a big expanse of area we could run over to clear all this stuff. Now it's very fragmented. Ooh, we can probably take all this out now. And I don't know how much of this we actually filled. I think we did actually fill this whole corner, right? With either the polished blackstone or the glass. So hey, look at that. It's like breaking the mold and seeing what you've got. If you're ceramics or plastics. Plastic mold? I think more plastics is like injection molding, so maybe not the same deal, but I remember way back, junior high shop class, doing some like resin molding stuff. Other program, I don't know how many kids get, you guys still have shop class? So much fun. I was definitely not of like the dazed and confused shop class video, where you're making illicit stuff. But it's pretty good. You know, my dad had a little tool shop in our basement. Nothing crazy, but you know, we had all the power tools and everything all set up and maintained. He had a little workbench, you know, a vise that was, you know, kind of mounted there where you could hold stuff to work on it. And it was where, you know, as a little kid, I made Pinewood Derby cars, all that kind of stuff, and just the, you know, when I was little, I had the various small toolbox of just base tools, you know. And then as you grew up, you got some of your own. When I was out on my own, you know, that's when you get the like suitcase of battery powered drill and you know, some kind of a little saw or grinder, all those kind of things. So I think I was thinking, you know, typical, like, oh, well, now I'm down here, let's just put all this away, too, and be extra clean. But I think let's just fill back up again. We're going to have to likely get another shulker out when we do, so... This will be the wall there, and to be consistent with what we had over there, I think we need more blackstone than anything. We've gone 3 here, so that would make that consistent. Ooh, got some more glass. And then about here, we'd stepped into just 2, yep. And then this. This. So some of these are a bit higher, and we'll probably want to cut that. I guess we kind of talked about, since this was a solid wall, maybe we wouldn't curve, and maybe that's easier. I don't know that we need to do a whole bunch of extra stuff. I would like the bottom to at least reflect the angle. I guess we'll leave that corner. Just figure it out eventually. We know we're not going to need all these, though. Those. Alright, let's do another big unthinking flat section. I like the non-thinking ones. You don't have to worry about it. How am I going to do this? I'm going to follow the very straight, tall wall and just break a bunch of blocks until my inventory fills up or the job's done. And I'm going to try to watch out for holes. It's a double, too. You heard me talking earlier. Let's try to keep this pinnacle if we can. That would be a cool natural remnant. I don't know if remnant's right, but... Natural feature, how about that? So anyway, totally forgot about the exciting. Well, it's not exciting, but I want to share. So playing this whole food game with myself, where I'm trying to eat everything up, and I'd had going into the holiday weekend. Like Memorial Day, the stores have a lot of specials and things. Like okay, these are all the things we stocked up for the holiday weekend. And I'm sure like burgers and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff were on special. Not exactly what I look for. But they had a pretty good price on salmon, so I'd gotten a nice piece of salmon I could grill and then cut into 2 portions. And I love salmon and fish, but it's not something I grill with a ton of confidence. Sometimes it's great, other times, and I'm not like really squeamish about it. I like going out for sushi. Haven't certainly since pre-pandemic, but it's been a while. But I love fish, and I even raw or like seared tuna. Not exactly my favorite when that's like a fancy restaurant type place, like seared ahi tuna, and it's like. Well, that's just in between, right? Like, give me sushi with super fresh, ready-to-go fish, or give me cooked fish. The in-between, we sort of tried to cook it and got it just to this odd hybrid. Not exactly what I look for. So, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to grill this salmon. And I hadn't over the weekend because it was so rainy and kind of miserable. Who wants to go stand out and tend to grill when it's dripping on you? So I cooked salmon, and it was good. It was it's kind of one of those things where I always double check. Pull up random online, grilling salmon, what's the recommendation? And I don't have any cedar planks. Again, apartment, not good to store stuff that you're not using all the time. So storing a soakable sort of sooty cedar plank, not my circumstance. I have certainly used cedar planks in the past when I've had more storage, but not my deal. And I was wondering, should I foil it or not? So I found something was talking about, here's how to do it without needing anything special, and a great grilled salmon kind of deal. I was like, awesome, that sounds good. Now, I should say, being in an apartment, I don't have like a fancy Traeger temperature control grill. For one thing, we can't have the giant, like rental exchange propane tanks. We can use the little camp bottle kind of stuff. Is what I think of them as. They'll short and squat. Get them at the grocery store. I don't know how much volume they have in them, but it works fine, right? So I have essentially what's one of those stand-up tailgating grills. It's got the wheel side and the handle and everything, but it stands on its own legs. You can go around. It's not fancy, but it's a good Coleman one that I paid quite a bit for. So it's not just your like average throwaway. It's got nice cast iron grill plates that are removable. I can clean them and re-oil them and all that kind of stuff. So it works very well for me. But it's not one, it doesn't have like the built-in temperature gauge or anything, and I kind of have to, just eyeball the flames and try to guess where I'm cooking at, or what my temperature is. And like any grill, you really can't trust those things too perfectly. I'm sure there are very top line grills out there, and it's a thermostat or thermometer, not thermostat, so it's not going to be incredibly. It doesn't have to be incredibly precise. If you can see if you're closer to 350 or 400 on an oven scale, not a grill. Like what 5 to 600 or something, as opposed to 7 to 900. That's a big difference. So. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I cooked, or I got the grill going, heating up. I came in, I had a couple zucchini and a yellow squash and an onion. Set all those up in a pan to just saute, it more or less boil, right? Big fry pan, but, steady simmer. And just got those softening up a bit. And while I was doing all that, I had the salmon out, kind of warming up from fridge temp. You don't want to cook things straight out of the refrigerator. You want some time on the counter to let them get to room temperature first, and then cook. And you'll have what I think are better results as I'm cooking. So doing all that, and then I was like, all right, what am I going to do? Because the recipes, I'm not a big, like, okay, this is the exact seasoning you need to do. Maybe I should be, but it's what it is. So it's like, I think I'm going to do a kind of mustard, I don't know if you would call it a glaze. It wasn't a marinade. I wasn't soaking it in it, but it was kind of, presetting the grill. So anyway, if you're going to cook fish on a grill, most important thing, more important than any seasoning or anything like that, is first you want to have really clean grill. So brush down any residue from the last cook, clean that off. Then get it hot, and then clean it again. I usually brush, heat up. I have two brushes. One's my hot grill brush, kind of melted down, the typical like old looking grill brush where the bristles are a little bit melted because of really high heat, and it's the hot brush. So before that, I have just a brush that hasn't had any melting. That's the cold brush, and so that removes some stuff. But then when you get it really hot, get that melty bristle brush on there and go to town, clean it up. And then before I'm going to put the fish on, a couple minutes before so it can heat up too, I take a paper towel, and on the grill part, I just use cooking oil. Dab a little bit of that into a paper towel and then rub down the grates. You got to go kind of quick. You don't want to burn your fingers, but they're not gonna catch on fire or anything if you go, you're just business-like about it, right? Okay, I'm gonna wipe the grill. So, you kind of hold the paper towel over the bottle of cooking oil, tip it on its end so a little dab goes out into the paper towel itself, and then just, without holding still but covering everything, put the oily side of the paper towel onto the grates and rub it up and down so that they're all shiny and wet looking. And just like in a pan, that oil will heat up, but you want that to keep your fish from sticking. So okay, that's now going and heating. Then you come back into your fish that's waiting on the counter. Now should be around room temperature, doesn't have to be exact. And that's where I use a little bit of olive oil and kind of massage the fish with the oil itself to get it also, I don't know if lubricated is the right word, but de-stickified. You want the fish and the grill to both be repelling each other, because unlike a steak or something, fish is going to tend to pull apart rather than just release from the grilling surface. So I put a little bit of olive oil on the fish, because I don't want to just intentionally, add a whole bunch of cooking oil, which isn't as healthy as olive oil. But load those up and call it. Then the seasoning. So then before I put it on the grill, I took some. I was gonna look. When you go in the mustard aisle of your store, there's like spicy mustard and honey mustard and all the various yellow mustards, right, in the condiment aisle. And somewhere in there's like a Freuhofs or something. I'm probably just totally slaughtering that, but it's like a seed mustard, or I don't know what they call it exactly. But it's more of a brown mustard, and it has a bunch of mustard seed in it, as opposed to just having all that ground and being a powder. And I like that one. If you get into label reading and stuff like that, it has less corn syrup and some of those kind of things in it. So it's one I use more often, and I try to keep all that stuff to a minimum. Don't go crazy, but I just into a coffee mug, I put just a dab of that stuff, the seedy mustard. I did put a little dab. These are about, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon each of those two, and it doesn't have to be exact because you're not going to overuse it. You'll use as much as you need, and then you may have excess, but don't fill the cup. You're not going to need that much. A couple tablespoons is really all you need. Then a little bit of vinegar, white wine vinegar, just a couple dribbles to kind of help liquefy it. And mustard usually has vinegar as a base in it, so you don't want to overpower it. But it'll help kind of make it more of a sauce, as opposed to just the condiment consistency of mustard. And then I added some, let's see, I think there was some citrusy lemon peel stuff and dill. So stir all that up in I just use a cup. It could be a small bowl or whatever. And then if you have a brush, you can use a brush. I just oiled the fish. I'm going to need to wash my hands anyway. So I just fingertip, spread that on over the oil and kind of mixing it in. So you got a lightly glazed in this mustard vinegar mix. On the non-skin side of the fish, the non-scaly side. So then, go drop that on the grill. About 3 minutes, and this is with the mustard or the pink tuna side down, the part you're going to eat. You're basically getting that initial cook to start the process of preparing the fish. Now, what do we have going here? We'd actually popped this back. Interesting. I'm down. Polished. Those out there. We don't want them. Ooh. Let's waste as much of this as possible. And I think we just want to kind of soften this a bit, because our glass is going to go in pretty directly. But if that's our starting course, let's do like that. Maybe something just a little bit. So I don't want those two though. There we go. We'll want to get that rail extended across. Definitely want to get this last thing out. No idea on the time. So salmon cooking, right? So yeah, like 3 minutes on the meaty side. You don't want too long, just enough to kind of get good grill marks into the fish. You want to kind of sear in the flavors that however you like fish, whatever those flavors you're going for are. You want to sear that in, and give a nice crust to the edge to signify that you've grilled it, as opposed to just poaching or cooking it in the oven or something. So, yeah, high heat there. And for me, I keep one. Well, for this one, I have one burner that's all the way up, and that's where I do this first kind of sear. Then when it's done, I switch back over and or flip it carefully. You got to be so careful. I do 2 spatulas, like a little skinny one, and then just a regular grill. Small if you got it, short handle. You don't want to have just a giant, the like 2-foot long burger flipper that you give Dad on Father's Day kind of spatula. You want something you can be a little bit finessed with, and I just loosen with the tiny one, and lift with the wider one, the bigger one, and carefully flip it so that it's now on its skin side on the slightly cooler, the side that I've left at about medium heat, as opposed to just rocket ship go crazy heat. And then I cooked it quite a bit. It was probably a little bit overdone, but the last time I cooked salmon, it was kind of under, and I wasn't real happy with it, so I want to make sure. So I went I think I started with 7 minutes, and I think I maybe gave it another 5 until it had fully cooked up. And one of the tough things about salmon, I think it's kind of intimidating for a lot of folks, is when you get it at the store, you don't have as consistent pieces as you would with chicken, and all that can vary too, right? But typically, you get chicken breasts, they're going to be fairly close and fairly close across, especially if you cut them, which is what I advocate. I do. If I'm buying like regular chicken breasts in the package at the grocery store, I will slice those like a sandwich, kind of flat in them. Well, that's a bad. Slice them. What do you cut open? Like a dinner roll, right? You got a dinner roll. You're gonna put stuff in the middle of it. You cut it top to bottom, horizontally. So I do that with chicken breasts just to keep them thin and easier to cook. When you have that thick middle part, that's where your timing can get off and everything. So, man, I really thought we should have more. There. Like, where is all the polished blackstone? It's gonna be nice to have all this. So we still got to figure out our lighting for in here, but I do think maybe some chandeliers hanging. Oh, we moved that in or out. Maybe we'll kick the glass and keep this, because now that's... What am I stuck on? Yeah, these are now off of this row. So, some chandeliers hanging from this row. If we kick that glass out and make that just tall glass all the way up and then make our cover, so not stepping in, we could maybe switch and go 3, 3, 2. I don't know. We need a lot of glass, and we need more time for that. Now I would like to continue this across. Seems like a kind of nice deal. I would put in windows there, but I don't think there's really enough space to justify it. We're kind of right into the wall there, so I think that's okay. Yeah, that's good. All right, we want these half slabs. That's polished. Put those away. Now what did I do? I know we were just looking at. Do I not have half slabs? Maybe I just was seeing the quartz? Well, we can fix that. So again, I don't know. There's a whole lot of reason for the lighting. It's ooh, do we since we don't have the deal, do we do getting ideas? Do this as a reminder, because again, I don't know when I'm gonna next be. Oh man, are we already way over? The digging, it just got to me. Infuriating to keep grabbing and returning and grabbing and returning and I think we'll still have the edifice of this giant wall up here, but down below maybe the smooth stone instead of just the basalt and the other natural rocks. Yeah, I think that would, I guess we don't even need that low end. We'll figure out what we're doing here at this far, because we gotta dismount the boat and everything, so that would either be lower or... Promise this will be it. A little bit longer. But it is what it is. There we go. One last time burning our feet for old time's sake. And then alright. I think we're coming here. I don't know what it's gonna be in store, but I like it. I like where it's headed. Alright. You back in here. Random glass. More smooth stone. Slabs, I guess. All the rest of this is similar junk. Quite get it all. Oh, quartz goes here. Somewhere. And more slabs. Alright, all the rest of this can get picked up. I don't think we need to... Oh. That's not good. There we go. Oh, what? Did I put the boat in the end chest? I mean, it probably made a lot of sense. Where's the boat? The boat despawn? Did I never bring the boat to this end? I guess we have been, like, constructing, haven't we? No, I thought we rode the boat the whole way. Could have sworn. It's such a fast trip. Clean this up, though. Alright, seriously, am I... Oh, it's only 108. Oh, I thought we were way past that. Not bad at all. Man, I want to ride. Spend as much time here trying to figure out the boat situation as it would have taken to just go. Alright, that will be a boat haven. Make a bunch of boats. Random. Alright. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Half the boat's there. Let's leave an ender chest. Why not, right? That was dumb. Alright. I think we're ready. Oh, don't start. Oh. Oh. Alrighty. So much to do, but one of these things was I wanted to... Think we'll ever remember that our boats are here? That one's all junk. This and the blue one, I think. All the smooth stones. Polished black stones. I think we can maybe jam all those back together. Hey, almost a full chest. Alright. Couple slabs. Here and here. Blue box, right? Yep. Where this goes right away. Quartz blocks. Stone. Slabs. And, oh, not a steak. Bit of glass. Alright, the rest of this is all junk. We got some chests there, but I think these we want to keep in the toolbox. Those two need to just come back. Alright. So close. So I don't know. I think we've used up all our glass, right? Unless we find a glass stash, I don't think there's much point coming back for another episode to build. We just have to get everything restocked and supplied. Blue. Oh man, what else do we have over here? More. I didn't quite recall we had so much to do. More basalts. Remember when I said we were going to have a lot of basalt? Well, that day has come. Just wish there was something, a finished product that I liked more out of it. That's not to say there aren't things to do. They just, I don't know, they don't super inspire me. We'll use them at some point. I mean, a lot of the stuff I've used or am using doesn't always inspire me. You find the right project for it, though. Make good use. More basalt. That's all the basalts? Good. That practically makes us done. Get the stuff we can complete out of the way, I guess. Magma blocks. I wish I knew something more engaging to do with those. Other than just lining walls with them. Ooh, look, my wall is lined with magnet. Dang. This one. That should be all there, right? Okay. White, brown, blues, and soul sand. Well, I'd say we've done fairly well getting things done here. Bunch more smooth stone. Do we have a glass box? I can't imagine that we have anything sitting in it. No. I just think we've raided. Oh. All right, maybe we'll come back for another episode, finish up the ceiling. Now that I put everything back away, but that's a lot of glass. Happy days. Let's at least just reset it. So if we're doing that, let's get a couple of those as well. I think that's everything we need, right? Do we have any? What would we want to use on our light? Oh, maybe the... Alright, let's go get... Let's get the iron bars we've made. We can without getting into too many fights. Ha! Spider, you don't break doors. I don't even want to sleep. I want to keep that storminess building. So with that, we could at least try something with end rods and see how it looks. Then if we want to make a change, we can. But we're going to pop out over here, and then we're going to call this an episode. I think we've done very well here. We're already over long. We'll kind of reevaluate what we might need in the next one. So with that, let's close it up here. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying the videos and the construction. We've got a very well working highway. It's good. So awesome for that. Just like I'm going to do, I encourage you guys to take a break. If I get through this one, that will definitely probably set me up. And for me recording, it should be a seamless transition when I get back. That'll give me a full day before I want to post something else back up. So, yeah, this should... Well, the next one should be it, not this one. So, yeah, but we'll try to get that wrapped up. Maybe get back to the house, maybe repair the tools and stuff as well. And go from there. So, you guys take care. Have a good break. We'll see you back for the next one. And until that time, do take care of yourselves and others and stay awesome out there. We'll see you next time. Likes, comments, subscribes. You guys know all the drill. I appreciate all those kind of things, but not as much as I just appreciate having you here and watching. So thank you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.